Hello, welcome back to my channel Qubit Educational Services. We have been discussing the ISER Aptitude Test 2021 Model Paper 1, and this is the 42nd question from that PDF, which is the 12th question from the mathematics section. This is based on matrices, and also what effect does a matrix multiplication have on a 2 by 1 column vector. Okay, so that has something to do with rotation. We'll see when we solve the problem. How many 2 by 2 matrices A satisfy both the equations A cubed equal to I and A squared equal to A transposed, where I2 denotes the 2 by 2 identity matrix and AT denotes the transpose of A? Okay, well, we already know that. And here what we are going to consider is we are going to consider A to be a real matrix. That means we will assume that the entries of A are not complex numbers. Okay, so we now start with the two equations and we try to make sense out of both of them simultaneously. Okay, we have A cubed equal to I2 and A squared equal to A transposed. Using the associative property of matrix multiplication, can we not write A cubed as A into A squared? Of course we can. Okay, but what is A squared equal to? A squared is equal to A transposed, isn't it? Now if A squared is equal to A transposed, what does it mean? It means that A into A transposed, which is now A cube equal to I, and this implies that A transposed must be equal to A inverse. And in the matrix algebra, or specifically the parent subject is linear algebra, okay, of which matrix algebra is a branch. So in linear algebra, when you have a matrix, a square matrix whose inverse is equal to its transpose, we call it an orthogonal matrix. Okay, you will study orthogonal matrices, orthonormal matrices, and unitary matrices which have complex entries in linear algebra, but at this stage it is enough to know that by definition, whenever A inverse is equal to A transposed, we call A to be an orthogonal matrix. Alright, now starts the geometric part. We first note that any 2 by 2 orthogonal real matrix is always of the form cos theta minus sin theta cos theta. Okay, you can check it for yourselves now, that if you take transpose of A, okay, which will be cos theta sin theta first row minus sin theta cos theta second row, okay, and if you multiply A by A transposed, then you are going to get identity matrix. Okay, so which confirms that if A inverse is equal to A transposed, then the parent equations, that is A cubed equal to I and A squared equal to A transposed, both of them get satisfied. Okay, now we come to the geometry of this. Okay, we also call this matrix to be a rotation matrix. What does it mean? It means the following. Suppose that there is a vector, okay, there is a vector which begins at origin and which ends at, let's say, some other point, okay, x comma y. Okay, so you can have the associated column matrix as xy, and if you pre-multiply it by A, then what you'll get is a new vector with the same magnitude as that of this. Okay, but this time, okay, if you call this as x, then this new vector will be the original vector rotated in anti-clockwise direction by theta. Okay, and therefore we call A to be a rotation matrix, and we also study the same thing in complex numbers. Okay, if your original complex number is, let us say, z, if you multiply it by e raised to I theta, then that number gets rotated, or that vector gets rotated in anti-clockwise direction through theta, isn't it? Now we come back to this equation. If we want A cubed to be equal to I, this means if we successively operate A thrice on x, we should end up getting the identity matrix multiplied by x, or the same vector x. Okay, this clearly suggests three solutions. Okay, solution number one, if theta is equal to 0, then what you are getting is identity matrix itself. So it really doesn't matter how many times you apply A on our position vector x, it is always going to end up getting the same vector. Okay, so this is one solution, theta equal to 0, and this gives us the identity matrix of the order 2. Okay, but we also note that, if we consider theta to be 120 degrees, okay, every time you operate A on x, it is going to get rotated in anti-clockwise direction by 120 degrees. Okay, so if you operate it thrice, okay, 120, 240, then again 360, right? So when theta is 120 degrees or 2 pi by 3, you're going to get the same result, that is a cubed equal to I. Okay, so theta equal to 120 degrees or theta equal to 2 pi by 3 results into yet another matrix for which cube is equal to identity matrix. Okay, and if 2 pi by 3 works, then why not negative 2 pi by 3? Of course it will. Okay, so this would result into clockwise rotation of the vector x, the red vector xy, and when you operate that a corresponding to theta equal to negative 2 pi by 3 thrice on our original position vector x, okay, then you will get 3 different positions, and the final position will coincide with the third one, because this is negative 120 degrees, and therefore negative 120 into 3 is negative 360, or which means, well, now you know coterminal angles, right? So how many matrices are there, how many real matrices are there which satisfy these two properties, a cubed equal to I and a squared equal to A transpose? There are 3 of them, one corresponding to 0, angle 0, the other one corresponding to the rotation of negative 120 degrees, and the third one corresponding to the rotation of 120 degrees. So how many 2 by 2 matrices? There will be 3 matrices. I mean, now we can be 100% sure that it is 3, the number of matrices is 3, because none of the other options is greater than 3. Okay, yes, so 42 is option D.